Zo, aflevering 2. Dit is nog steeds het landgoed. Kijk nou, wat een leuke deur. Heel vrolijk. Toch gewoon een middeleeuwen is. Het is wel een beetje vervallen. Maar goed, het is ook verkocht. Dat zeiden ze. Ja, deze gast ligt dus ook nog, dat snap je. Ziet wat hier is. We gaan dadelijk naar de hertogin. Kijken hoe het daarmee is. Ook al key required. Dat klinkt alsof we die nog wel gaan krijgen. Zeker omdat het ding toch op het moment van de Duchess is. Ik ga wel nog heel veel moeten praten. Ik weet niet of je daar wel of niet gelukkig van wordt. Dat gaat wel gebeuren. Maar ik krijg toch nooit de hertogin. Moet kijken naar het water. Dat kan bijna niet of zo, die hier. Dit is, ja, whatever. Whatever. Dit is het gebied trouwens. Het is niet heel groot. Dit is de inn. Dit is waar we nu zijn. Nou, zo groot is het ongeveer. Ook niet zo heel veel steden zo te zien. Het is dus maar eigenlijk maar één stad. Dat is de enige stad. Dus voor de rest zijn er alleen maar dorpjes. Je hebt ook nog... Dit is de echte kaart. Oeps. Even zien hoor. Kijk, ik ben echt zo niet meer dit gewend. Ja, mooi. Nou, is het nou allemaal klein ineens. Ik dacht dat het allemaal, vroeger allemaal gewoon grote kaarten waren, joh. Dit is al iets groter. Kijk, heb je wel meerdere steden en zo. Anyway. Goed. Nou, het is heel vrolijk voor ons. Dan springen met A. Dan wordt hij zo heel oorlijk. Is die leuk? Kerrelt. Goed. Onderweg. Luxe lopen. Oh, zo. Er is ook een van de toernooi. Oh, dat heb je ook gezien natuurlijk. Kijk wat het toernooi is. Daar ga ik ook in meedoen namelijk, dat weet ik al. Het zou wel raar zijn als dat niet zo was. Cool als paasje. Dus trouwens hier in Nederland, zoals we hier in Amerika laurier hebben. Nou, ze wisten niet eens waar ze het over had. Een muurtje.
At your service.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
Ja joh.
All right, you scamps. Store is done. Go find your parents.
But the Pomerine, what about the story of Rittik and the dragon?
A tale's for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Van aflevering
Mr.
1.
Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Ja. Altijd. Dan worden het hele wijze dingen. Sure.
Not always. Could go either way. Sometimes virtue wins, sometimes villainy gets the upper hand. Still worth being good.
But why? If it doesn't mean you'll win.
Palmerin's story. Think back. A decent man attracts other good folk, makes friends he can count on. A rogue? Well, he can only count on other rogues. And who would you rather have for a friend?
A man of virtue?
I must agree. Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena.
Gaat er iemand
Hurry,
helemaal
hurry.
kapot?
We'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Huilende mensen staan.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you'll soon see.
Oh.
Someone's gonna fight a Shelmar with only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
This is dangerous. Bells on its tail aren't enough.
I saw a spectacle of the sort of the arena in Nullier. There, a knight defeated a Shelmar with bells on its tail.
Might have gotten lucky. Shelmar might have been lame. Who knows? Only a Witcher has a real chance against a healthy Shelmar. And that's not even every Witcher. Besides which, releasing a monster that dangerous in front of a crowd? Plain irresponsible. Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's capture a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Goed. Inderdaad.
Let's go.
Ik zie wel vaak koningen, moet ik zeggen. Die kan er ook eentje doodmaken. Dat is ook niet moeilijk als je niet speelt. Heeft wel bepaalde gevolgen. Weer. Kijk hoe mooi zijn.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
Ooh.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Dat is het begin, neem ik aan.
Damn it.
Hoppa, daar gaat hij. Oepsie daisies. Ja.
We have to help him.
Ja, uiteraard. Dat zal ook niet. Geralt zegt altijd dat hij zich niet mee gaat bedoelen.
Gotta keep it down.
It's found earth. The closer roar and knocked him to earth. The Witcher in one mighty pound. To the beast. Plans to pound. And thus the Witcher's life went snuff. All our hopes, alas, turned to dust.
Ja, dat is het wel.
Woe to us all if the monster's the victor, then not of paradise.
Een bestiary nog iets voor heeft. Relic Shammers. Oké. Heavy or noisy against a nearby shoulder or wall.
The fate of the beast has been weighed by the gods. Soon the Witcher shall triumph against all odds.
Wel hoe ik eventueel bij hoop ik wel. Ik ga een beetje veel dood. Oepsie daisies. Kan ik ook niks aan doen. Ik ben al zielig. Bladibla.
Gotta keep it down.
Alas, for night! It's found earth! It's knocked into earth! How came the Witcher in one mighty bound to give fight to the beast? Its plans confound! Out, out, brief flame! And thus the Witcher's life was snuffed! All our hopes, alas, had turned to dust! So the Witcher wounds Selma, then its foul heart earth. Dodge, dive, flee, faint, its racer strikes belly. Selma's eyes loud, left and all belly.
Ah! Oké, maar ik weet niet wat ik moet doen. Dat scheelt al een hele hoop. Dat scheelt al een hele hoop. Nou zal het me wel lukken. Gebruik goede olie.
Gotta keep it down.
The beast let loose a roar, it's knocked into earth. Down came the Witcher. The fate of the beast has been weighed by the gods. Soon the Witcher can triumph against all odds. And thus the Witcher's life was stopped. All our hopes, alas, Fixed till the time was true, then twirls danced and spun, struck the monster right through.
Kom maar. Kom dan. Kom dan. Ja, kom dan. Dat is extreem. Kom maar, kom maar, kom maar. Sterf, sterf. Zo, die is kapot.
The Selma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade.
Yay.
Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Ja. Dat is een fout, hè? Ja.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Oké.
It suffered enough.
Precies, dat is natuurlijk ook in één keer, ja.
The monster lies slain! The fight is done! Praised be the victors!
Yay. Lekker toch gewonnen.
Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly paints you. She approaches.
Hallo. Hallo.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Graag gedaan.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Ja, dat zie ik. Nee, laten we niet moeilijk doen.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Damien. Oh, dat is voor beest. Uiteindelijk dames. Allemaal hofdames.
Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Dat was een vriend van mij, Dandelion.
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Dat.
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged and quartered.
Daarom is hij een beetje boos waarschijnlijk. Dat is een beetje Dandelion's thing. Dandelion is een bard.
Ah,
main
the
gimmick
very
dat hij
man
in
we
de
would
seks
entrust
heeft.
with these tasks. Damien Telatour, captain of my personal guard.
Sowieso.
Your Grace. Witcher.
Greetings.
Mooi.
Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A Bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir Delatour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far I have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Dat is een dingetje. Meestal niet hoor. Meestal kun je ons gewoon met een centje betalen.
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard,
Kijk, dat dacht ik al.
Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Die heeft ook van alles gewonnen, zeker?
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap. a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon de Lac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Numismatics? Wat de fuck is dat dan weer? Geen idee.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the...
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
Honor, wisdom, generosity, valor and compassion.
Waarom niet? Achtergrond.
5 virtues. Why are they so important?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus the need for... At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule.
Yep.
Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix and de Lac formed a knightly team. It was years ago,
zelf ook wel kunnen bedenken dan.
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure.
Yep.
Your Grace, we need to find Milton, immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace.
Succes ermee.
Horses? Ready our horses!
Nou, we gaan hem zoeken hoor.
Your Grace!
Mol. Paardje.
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled.
Koningin is nog erg stuur in deze wereld.
Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Ik was eigenlijk van plan te gaan koken dadelijk. We gaan even kijken of ik die kans nog ga krijgen. Ik denk het wel eigenlijk. Het is ook wel een mooi moment om de aflevering te stoppen trouwens.
Let's go! Your Grace seems right at home.
Nope, ik ga dit afmaken basic. Ik mag het niet opslaan van het spel.
Your boots could use some... Clear the path! Clear the way, I said! It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry!
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too.
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
Oh.
Witcher from the north!
Oh. Een lange aflevering doen. Weet je dat maar vast. Ja, het kun je gelukkig van tevoren.
Through here.
Kun je gelukkig van tevoren allemaal gezien.
I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up.
Er zit zo'n jongetje in de achtergrond.
You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish. While I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It turns around, over there, look.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, it's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
Dat is te doen.
The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other phoenix egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Fiorano of the 1290 vintage. I do encourage you to try.
If one were to call a state courageous or cowardly, what other part of the state would one have in mind?
Oké, dan ga ik wel hier de aflevering maar eens eindigen en aan koken denken. En dan gaan we duidelijk uitvogelen. Dat is oké. Poes. Ja, maar hij heeft het wel opgeslagen. Dus waarschijnlijk. Zo. Hoppa. Kijk, hij kan ook ander haar. Je kan naar de kapper in dit spel. Je kan ook zijn baard laten doen en zijn haar. Dan man. Maar goed, komen we vanzelf. Dit is al een hele mooie beginaflevering. Gaat Milton het overleven? Gaan we het drakenei en zo vinden? Of de phoenix-ei en de unicornhoorn en weet ik veel wat. Geen idee. Ziet in de volgende aflevering van The Witcher. Doei doei!